So pretty much, Tony Stark's death was all for nothing. He did it for Peter. He did it to save Peter and everyone. Sony, give Spider-Man back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hello there. It is I, Spooky Ghost Spider, Spider Ghost Dad. Spooky Ghost Dad. I do thank everyone once again for the 10 subscribers. And for that, we shall continue to read Spider-Man in honor to what has happened with the Spider-Man fiasco going on, but that's for later. This little web slinger would like to hear more stories about the Amazing Spider-Man. So let's just continue with 5-minute Spider-Man stories. I've already read ahead, so I know which one it will be. This one. Hold on, I gotta change the page. I gotta get to the title. Gotta get A Very Strange Night. Pun intended. Yes. Spider-Man has been called many things. Amazing, spectacular, sensational, comic book title drop. But today, no matter how hard Peter Parker tried, he wasn't feeling amazing, spectacular, or sensational. Good thing he's not feeling superior. Today, Spider-Man was very, very sleepy. The sleepy Spider-Man. For the last week, Peter wasn't sleeping through the night. His dreams were troubling, silly, and sometimes downright spooky. A week of nightmares makes for one sleepy crime fighter. Peter didn't think much of it until one very long spider yawn almost allowed Shocker to ruin the policeman's ball. Spider-Man groggily swung into action. He webbed Shocker's gauntlets before knocking the vibrating villain to the floor with a well-timed kick. Look, not only is he a menace, but Spider-Man was sleeping on the job, J. Jonah Jameson shouted from his table as Spider-Man swung away. Shut up, JJ. Spidey knew he needed to see a specialist, someone who was truly an expert on dreams and the human mind, and he knew just the doctor to call. Name drop. Just for a moment, look at that. That is awesome looking. A great rendition of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange! Peter said, greeting his old friend. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've been having trouble sleeping. Dr. Strange as Spider-Man entered the Sanctum Sanctorum. He had felt Peter's troubles long before Spider-Man had come to his doorstep. Interesting fact, Dr. Strange can do that. Dr. Strange threw his arms wide as he conjured the magical Eye of Agamotto. Which, another interesting fact, the Eye of Agamotto in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not the Time Stone. It is in fact the eye of a being named Agamotto. The Eye of Agamotto has shown me that you've been experiencing nightmares. Spooky things that you do not want to have. Strange told Peter, and now it will show those nightmares to me. Doctor Strange is a very powerful sorcerer, mind you. Soon, Doctor Strange was looking at Spider-Man's nightmares. In some, he was back in elementary school and forgot to wear his pants, as one does. In others, the Sinister Six were winning every battle against him. Impossible. There's only one time. Doctor Strange was not only able to see the future and the past, he could see right into a man's very soul. Shows how powerful he is. Your sleep is interrupted by the supernatural. Your dreams are being invaded by the most dastardly of nocturnal threats. Your mind is plagued by villainous Nightmare himself. I'm not actually familiar with. You'll have to do your research on that. You will too. Strange shouted. With a snap of his fingers, Strange placed Peter into a deep trance. Then, with the help of the Eye of Agamotto, he dove straight into Peter's dreams. This captures Dr. Strange's power beautifully, mind you. Peter once again found himself pantsless in front of his entire class, as one does. And though he was embarrassed, he was no longer alone. Dr. Strange stood tall beside him, not pantsless, urging him to see the nightmare for what it truly was. The dream is yours to control, Strange told Peter. You'll learn about that when you're older. It's true. You can control your dreams. Peter concentrated and the class vanished. They were replaced by the master of bad dreams, Nightmare and his trusty Dream Stalker. Ooh. Pretty sweet horse, by the way. The Sorcerer Supreme commands you to release your hold on this hero, Strange shouted. But Nightmare simply laughed. I take power from dreams, Dr. Strange. Nightmare began, and with a hero as strong as Spider-Man, I'll finally be great enough to defeat you. Maybe. As Dr. Strange and Nightmare launched into combat. As Dr. Strange and Nightmare lost into combat, Peter knew he had to help the Sorcerer Supreme, even in the dream state. Spider-Man had to lend a hand, and he realized he knew just how to do it, by using the power of imagination. Peter thought and thought and thought, like Winnie the Pooh, as hard as he could. To his amazement, the dream around him began to change. They weren't in Peter's school anymore, but on a giant chessboard, and Spider-Man was in control of the pieces. It would seem Spider-Man is using the power of his own dreams against you, Dr. Strange declared to Nightmare. Well, we found Nightmare's weakness. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Spidey played move after move, defeating Nightmare's pieces until the villain was the only one left in play. Outnumbered, the villain retreated, leaving Peter's mind. You've won today, Strange, but you've not seen the last of me, Nightmare shouted as he rode Dreamstalker out of Peter's mind and back to his home in the Shadow Realm. Don't worry, I'll look forward to defeating you again, Dr. Strange replied. Peter woke with a start, pleased to find the good doctor waiting with a warm cup of tea. This is Wong's special herbal blend, Dr. Strange said. Wong is another sorcerer, and Strange is a little butler, essentially. It should calm your mind after a night like this. After saying goodbye to his old friend, the tired hero swung home, changed into his pajamas, and slipped under the sheets. There were no monsters under the bed. The only things in his closet were his clothes and his spider suits. You playing Spider-Man, little guy? So for the first time in what felt like weeks, Peter Parker finally got an amazing night's sleep. Now wasn't that fun, little guy? We went on a dream adventure. But before we close, let me give you a little tip, a little fun fact. Did you know that there are other superheroes that have become the Sorcerer Supreme? Howard the Duck, Brother Voodoo, to name two of them. In a what-if universe, Iron Man became the Sorcerer Supreme. Well, with that, we had some amazing adventures, but it's time to put this little web slinger to sleep. Save the world in your dreams, little one. And keep your mind clear and nightmare-free. But still, Sony, give back Spider-Man. Tom Holland is perfect, as Stan Lee said. But let's put this little one down now. No nightmares tonight, little one. As we've learned. Join me next time on Spooky Ghost Dad.